Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I have another top 5 video for you guys on GT Online, and this one was a pretty heavily requested one, which was top 5 things to do when you're bored in GT Online. And this is my personal list. These are things that I like to do when I'm bored in GT Online. You know, not everyone has, the same likes and dislikes, so this is personally for me things that I like to do when I'm bored in GT Online to stop myself from being bored. But this one was heavily requested, and a lot of people have been asking for this, including one guy here, NMR Shadow. I wanted to give him a special shout out because he has been asking for this video for some time, as well as a lot of other people who have also agreed with him. But I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Top 5 things to do when you're bored in GT Online. Let's get started. Starting off at number 5 is we have don't use the same vehicle. Now this is one that a lot of people don't want to change, and the most overused vehicle in GT Online, as we know, it's the Oppressor Mark II. This is the most common vehicle that you see people flying around with. But the thing is though, is that the reason people use this vehicle in the first place is because it's very convenient. They can just spawn it with their motorcycle club menu, and they can just fly right across the map, cut across, buildings, cut across, different streets, get there pretty quickly, even fly over hills. However, though, if you constantly use the same vehicle over and over again, and even if it's, one or two vehicles, if you're using two vehicles, and it's the two same vehicles each time over and over and over again, it gets boring. Me, personally, I don't use much of the Oppressor Mark II. I don't use it at all. I barely use it. I only use it if I'm, recording a video like in this case. I use the Oppressor Mark I, pretty common, and I use the Thruster Jetpack a lot. And what I've done is, I started using vehicles more, a lot more cars, and I understand that it might be harder to get from place to place, from point A to point B, but using cars and driving cars have given me much more of an appreciation for the different vehicles in the game. The Stafford, for instance, right here, is actually one of my favorite cars in the game. So if you just use the same vehicle over and over again, that is going to contribute to you getting bored. Try buying some other cars, customizing them, driving them around, using them in missions. Because if you just use the Oppressor Mark II on every single thing, it's going to get boring pretty quickly. Next at number 4, we have play lesser-known missions. You want to mix things up. Now, there's a lot of missions in this game that people have not played, and one perfect example of that is Casino Work. Now, Casino Work, this was added back with the Casino DLC back in July of 2019. And what this does is you can just call up Miss Baker, and you can get random work from her. The work that she gives you doesn't pay a lot, but you get paid in cash, and you also get paid in chips that you can play with in the casino. These missions, there's a lot of them, and they're all randomized each time you do them, so you're not really going to get the same mission twice in a row. You're going to get random missions. Eventually, you will get used to all of them and you will play them, but a lot of people don't actually know Casino Work is in the game. And another one we could do is Nightclub Popularity. Now, Nightclub Popularity missions, these missions don't give you much, but it is a different change of pace. And when I'm bored, when I have, all my businesses filled up, they're producing, what I'll do is I'll do missions like this. I'll do some casino work, I'll do some nightclub popularity missions, I'll fill up my popularity, I'll try to keep it high because I haven't done these missions as much. I haven't done nightclub popularity, I haven't done the casino work, nowhere near as much as some of the other missions like, Headhunter, for instance, or Diamond Shopping, Client Jobs. There's just so many missions that I've done over and over and over again. So even if these missions pay less, it is a nice change of pace, so try playing some of the other missions in the game. Even if they don't pay you that well, try some of the other content. I mean, it's other content in the game that you can play, and some of these missions are pretty fun. Moving on to number 3, we have run all businesses, and what I mean by this is try to play every single business that you can, and if you don't own that particular business, try to save up money for it and invest in that business, because if that business is in the game, why shouldn't you play it, and why shouldn't you take advantage of it? Make sure to take advantage of it. And what happens is, I've noticed is a lot of people, they just run the same business constantly. Like, one common thing is people will just run the nightclub, they have it linked with their other businesses, and they won't do anything else besides the nightclub. Some people, they will only do the MC businesses. They won't run anything besides the MC businesses. And some people, they'll only do import-export, and they won't do anything else except import-export. So you want to try to play all the different businesses, because each business has different missions, they have different play styles, they have different sell missions. If you're doing the same business constantly, like you're doing, MC businesses over and over and over again, buying supplies, and then you're doing, the same sell missions, post-op, garbage truck, and right now the bag missions have been deleted for almost 2 months. So if you keep doing the same business, it's gonna get boring pretty quickly. So try to play some of the other businesses. Now, I'll give you guys a perfect example. I used to do crates back in the day. Crates, I would do a lot of it. And what happened was, I got burnt out of crates because I did the crates so much. I collected so many crates, and the missions, they could be pretty tedious. They could, be going across the map, picking up like 3 drops. I kept doing crates and crates and crates, and I filled up my warehouses, and what happened was I got burnt out of doing crates, and I just didn't feel like doing crates anymore. Then what I started doing is I started doing MC businesses much more, and I kept playing MC businesses, doing them over and over and over again, and I got burnt out of it. And then I went back to doing crates, and I actually had fun doing crates because I hadn't done crates in so long because I was doing MC businesses. But if I kept doing crates again, I would get burnt out of it. So what I do is I like to mix up the businesses. I will, buy supplies for my MC businesses. That way they're producing. I'll do like, some import-export in between, and I'll also do, some cargo missions. I'll collect crates to my warehouse and maybe even mix it up with hangar. The hangar is probably the least played business in this game, and the hangar, what's annoying about the hangar is that if you do it with one person, you can only pick up 1 crate, so unfortunately you can't pick up 4 crates unless you have 4 people, but the majority of the hangar missions are fun, and it's definitely a nice change of pace. I mean, how often do you see people doing hangar missions and, selling hangar cargo? Not nearly as much as some of the other businesses in the game. So play some of the other businesses, even if they're not going to make you as much money, play them. It's a different change of pace. Play the different missions. Most of the hangar missions are fun. There are some hangar missions that I don't like the jammer one, but other than that, most of the hangar missions are fun, and I enjoy playing them. So mix it up with the businesses. Don't play just one business. Don't just use one business. Try to use as many businesses as you can, because you will get burnt out if you just constantly keep doing the same business over and over again. At number 2, we have playing in the casino. Now, this one is going to be a pretty controversial one, and I know what some people are going to tell me. Some people are going to tell me that they think that gambling is boring. I'm going to have another group of people that are probably going to tell me that they can't play in the casino because it's not available in their country. And for people that can't play because it's not available in your country, I do feel bad for those people. I think that everybody should be able to play the casino games, no matter what country that you live in. But you cannot deny that if you can play the casino, if it's available in your country, the casino is actually one of the most unique things added to the game. There's people that say that it's boring, but they can't deny that it is one of the most unique things added to the game. The casino is extremely unique. The whole, all the games in here, blackjack, roulette, these slots, horse betting, 3-card poker. It's definitely something different. It's something different than, flying your oppressor around the map and just blowing up targets and collecting crates. It's a much different change of pace, and you can make a lot of money here. So somebody that's pretty good at PvP or somebody that's good at grinding, just because somebody's good at grinding or they're good at PvP does not necessarily mean they're going to know what they're doing when it comes to, playing these games in the casino. So I do think that they're a lot of fun, and you can make a lot of money. I've made, $300,000, $400,000 in an hour, playing various games in the casino. Here, I didn't do too well. I actually ended up losing $200,000, playing, but even though I lost that money, I still had fun. I played all the games. I played blackjack, I played a little bit of roulette, I played some 3-card poker, I played the horse betting. Hey, I even did some of the slots. So go in the casino and have some fun. And the best part is when you actually go to the casino with friends, because if you go by yourself, it could be a little boring, but if you go with friends, you all sit at the table, and then you'll look at all the cards that your friends have, you look at your cards, or you're sitting at the roulette table with your friends, and you're betting on, the different numbers. Your friend is betting on one number, you're betting on the other. It's kind of fun, talking to your friends, hanging out with them at the casino. It's a different change of pace, different than, running around, blowing things up, and, constantly collecting crates and doing other businesses. Before I reveal the number 1 thing to do when you're bored in GTA Online, I want to make a special mention, and that was golf and other activities. And I personally enjoy playing golf in this game. I know I'm probably going to have some people that are going to laugh at me for this, saying that golf is boring and useless, but I actually really enjoy playing golf in this game. I do, because it's definitely a completely different change of pace. What I just wish is, I wish that this game would have tournaments for golf, and you could actually play for money, first place in a major tournament might win $100,000, $200,000. You had something like that. You would actually have people play these modes. I'm not a fan of tennis personally. I know some people would enjoy that, but I wanted to put adversary modes on this list also. But adversary modes depend on how many people you have. With golf, you could just invite 1 or 2 friends, and you can have a lot of fun. But for adversary modes, you can't really have fun in those unless you have a full team on each side, and it's pretty difficult to find them. But if you hadn't already, give some of these other modes a try, and if you get a lot of friends on, play them. See if you like them, because there's a lot of modes in this game that, me personally, I have never even played. And, if I can get some friends in, and we can experiment with these modes, you can have some fun with them. And the number one thing that I like to do to prevent myself from getting bored is playing different heist approaches on the casino heist. Now, the casino heist is the most recent thing that had been added to GTA Online back in December of 2019. And the reason I'm saying different heist approaches is because a lot of people don't do this. Surprisingly, large amounts of people don't do this. And what happens is they get bored of the casino heist pretty easily. And what I'm talking about is, if you think about it, the two most common invites that you get for the casino heist is you get the big con, and whenever you join the big con, it's always the armored truck robbery. It's almost always the armored truck approach whenever you join big con, and the other one is silent and sneaky. So silent and sneaky, big con with armored trucks. I very rarely, get an aggressive heist invite anymore. I almost never get it. I used to get it, the first few weeks the casino heist came out, but after that, when people kept doing silent and sneaky, and they kept doing the big con of armored trucks, and they just stopped doing the aggressive approach, and they stopped doing the other big con approaches, like the Bugsters one, the maintenance one, the young ancestor one. They stopped doing that. And this is a problem because these are other missions. You can do the mission completely different by doing these different approaches. Yes, I understand that the armored truck approach, I understand, is the easiest one. It's the easiest way to, get into the casino and get into the vault. I get that. And silent and sneaky, gives you a lot of time. The reason people don't like the aggressive approach is because they have to shoot through a bunch of enemies and they get less time inside the vault. However, though, you do get thermite charges, which you can blow open the doors with. So it's a different approach. And as for, here, I'm doing the Bugsters approach. And I got burnt out because every single time I got invited to a big con, it was almost always the armored truck approach. And whenever anybody would ask me, hey, you want to help me with my heist? I'm doing, big con, I got armored trucks. I would say, no thank you right now, no thank you, because I just did that armored truck approach so many times. I watched the same cutscene where the security guard gets hit in the head, and then you go into the vault. It's just the same exact thing each time. Just got so bored of it. But, doing Bugsters here with me and my friend, we did it 2 people. We actually had a lot of fun, and we completely cleaned out the vault. We had the artwork. We had a lot of fun mixing it up. It was a little bit, harder because we had to sneak past here, but I actually liked the challenge. And I did Young Ancestor for the first time a few weeks ago, and I didn't know that by doing Young Ancestor there was actually an extra cutscene with Young Ancestor. I did not know that. I didn't know that there was an extra cutscene, and I didn't know that you could use his vehicle, to escape either. I didn't know about that. His approach is the hardest out of all of them, I'll say that, but it was a different change in pace. So try playing the casino heist in different approaches, because that's what the casino heist is great in, is all the different ways that you can tackle this heist. Try all the different approaches. Try, Bugsters, maintenance, young ancestor, and if you even haven't done the armored truck one, do the armored truck one if you never did that. Do silent and sneaky and aggressive, but don't keep doing the same 2 constantly. Silent and sneaky, and then big con armored truck, because if you keep doing the same 2 things back to back, you're gonna get burnt out of it. And I like to play this heist when people are doing different approaches. I'm much more likely to join a heist when somebody invites me to an aggressive approach or a different, big con, because I did the silent and sneaky one so many times, and I did, the armored truck one of the big cons so many times that I just want to try the heist in different ways. But that is pretty much it for this list, guys. Let me know down below. Are there any other things that you would do in this game when you're bored? Let me know down below. I hope that you guys enjoyed my video. This is my personal list for things that I like to do when I'm bored. But if you guys enjoyed it, drop a like. If you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.